everyone, welcome back. Echo has come to welcome you back as well. Thank you for joining me for another week together. Today's class will be a little bit less dynamic-y and flowy from side to side, kind of. It'll still be a little bit flowy, but I'm going to be spending a little bit more time in some poses that are going to prep us for our peak pose, which will be wheel today. So we're going to start kind of on our back and on our stomach, but I promise we will take it up a little bit more flowy and a little bit fun, twisty at the end. I'd say this is maybe a little bit more of an intermediate advanced slightly, just the way that we are transitioning from pose to pose, but that doesn't mean that you cannot do this no matter what level you are at. Just understand that my cueing will be a little bit more of, not my cueing, but more so my transitions will be a little bit more intermediate or advanced, so please take what you need, leave what you don't. If anything feels unsafe or scary, that is fine. Just find what works for you best and always modify. Option for 2 blocks for practice today. Well, not option necessarily. I definitely would recommend them for our first pose today. And then of course, the blocks will always be there for you throughout the practice if and when you need them. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and grab your 2 blocks. We're going to start on our back today in a supported fish. Oh, here comes Echo to save the day. She knows when I'm talking to someone else or recording. She's like, why are you not talking to me? So you can choose the height of your blocks. They can be on the lowest height, they can be on a medium height, they can be on the highest height, but I would suggest maybe just a low or medium height to start. I'm going to have my block for my head at a medium height going parallel to the top of the mat. And I'm going to have my block that's close to my sacrum along my spine. It's going to be at the lowest height and it's going to be parallel to the side of the mat. So kind of like you're making a T position. I'm going to scoop my sacrum all the way, below my lower back, all the way to the edge of the block and slowly lower my body down. And I'm going to bring actually the block a little bit closer to the center of my back. I'm going to bring my head to rest on the block. Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm going to bring both blocks to the lowest height. Your block that's along your spine, it's kind of in the lowest part is kind of at the middle of your back, and the highest part is maybe right in between your shoulder blades. If you're at the middle height, you have more narrow base to go on. You might want to bring it a little bit closer in between your shoulder blades. So find a position there with your blocks where your shoulders can kind of melt to either side of that middle block. Your head feels supported. Yeah. Play around with that middle block. I actually ended up landing with it right in between my shoulder blades. This way it doesn't give any pressure to my lower back. Then also my upper back feels supported and I'm able to fully relax my shoulders kind of to either side of my block. And just allow your legs to go long. Rest your eyes here. Allow your arms to be out by the side. Maybe your palms face up or down, depending on maybe where your energy is. I have mine faced up just for a little bit more of that external energy, kind of allowing it in. Though our class today will be a little bit shorter, a little less dynamic. We're going to be doing a little bit more fiery poses, staying them a little bit longer, building up some heat. So just inviting some of that external energy in to support me throughout our little practice today. A few deep inhales into your center, into your diaphragm, allowing your belly to expand really wide. And then on that exhale, sending your belly button back towards your spine, back towards your mat, expelling all that stale air out. Do this a few times at your own pace, allowing your belly to really widen, kind of like you're filling up a balloon with each inhale. And each exhale, allowing all that air to kind of squeeze out of that balloon. Allowing yourself to take this moment to tap into your breath, tap into your center, and tap into the space around you. And if and when things get a little fiery, or your mind begins to wander, just remind yourself that your breath is the one thing that you always have control over. Just allow yourself to gently come back to your breath and to your center. Your next inhale, slowly begin to bend one knee and then the other knee, so your knees point up to the sky. Your feet are flat on the earth. First, I'm going to lift my head, take my gaze forward, and just remove the block off to the side. I'm going to lower my head and then immediately lift my hips up. And then I'm going to take that second block out from underneath my spine. And I find a bridge pose here. If you want to keep it in a supportive bridge, you can always just scoot that block down. But you want it to be parallel to the top of the mat now. So you can support your lower back, your sacrum, on that block. Or you can just move that block off to the side. Maybe you interlock your fingertips underneath your sacrum. Lift your hips up. Bring your chin towards your chest. Really squeeze your knees into your center line. Option to use a block here as well in between your thighs to help prevent your legs kind of from splaying out to the side. Maybe you keep your eyes closed. I'm feeling a very eyes closed type of mood today, but I promise I'll open them once we stand up. And a little bit higher of that lift, you should be feeling the activation of your quads and a slight squeeze of your glutes to protect your lower back and also help lift those hips just a bit higher. And that firm press of your shoulders into the earth. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, release your hands. Slowly ripple your spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your spine is nice and long, and find just a nice gentle windshield wipe of your knees, side to side. Your hands can be on the mat, or maybe they're at your center. A nice gentle rock. Bring your knees to stillness. Give your head a little rock side to side, allowing some gentle movement into the body after being slightly static. Then we're just going to roll over to one side. We're just going to keep rolling until you're on your belly. We're going to come into Makrasana, crocodile pose. So bring your hands into like a little pillow out in front of you. So your arms are parallel to the front of your mat. Your elbows are out wide. I'm going to say long but wide. Either one. Bring your big toes to touch. Find that nice long spine. And then gently allow your forehead to rest on your hands. Maybe you need to walk your arms out a little bit further just to give yourself a little space here. Allow your shoulders to relax. Maybe give your tail a little wag side to side. We're going to be here on our belly for a bit, and then I promise we will get to take it up onto our feet and get really flowy and kind of dynamic with the end of our glass. Your next inhale, lift your head and now extend your arms out long to the side, kind of like in this T position. Straighten your toes long behind you. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, bring your left ear onto the mat. I'm going to bring my right hand into this 90-degree bend. Kick your right leg up and then send your right toes over and off towards the left side of your mat, or just the opposite side behind you, because it's all relative. And stay here. Walk your hand a little bit closer and help find just like a slight more press over, opening up the left shoulder. It's okay if your right toes don't reach the mat or the earth behind you. They can hover. But if they reach, maybe you walk the toes a little bit closer to the glutes and the knee a little bit higher up to the sky. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, gently send your right leg back to the earth. Extend your right arm long. Maybe you come into Makrasana, find that nice, long, neutral spine. Give your tail a little wag, take a deep inhale. And exhale, we'll switch sides. Extend your arms long out into that T. Try not to squish the microphone. Place your right ear on your mat, and then bend your left elbow. Plant your palm on the earth next to you. Bend your left knee, and then send your left toes over and off towards the back of your mat, the other side of your mat, where your right arm is extended long. And take it as deep as you'd like, because that feels good for you. No need to push yourself to a point that causes pain or extreme discomfort. You know your body best. So please listen to that and take what you need and leave what you don't. A deep inhale and a deep exhale. On your next inhale, begin to send your left leg, your left hip back to the mat. Extend your arms wide, find that neutral spine. Maybe we land in Makrasana. Crocodile pose, find a little wag of your tail, your big toes come to touch. A deep inhale and a deep exhale. On your next inhale, begin to walk your hands long out in front of you. Maintain that gaze right down in front of you on your mat, so you maintain this nice long spine. Keep really active fingers here, kind of like you have cupcakes underneath your hands. So all 10 fingers are the ground, but like you have little fancy cupcakes. You don't want your palms to touch them. Find this nice firm press into your fingertips. Nice strong shoulders, nice strong arms. Take another deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Maintain that wide base with your hands. And then slightly walk them a little bit closer to you. And find a slight lift of your chest. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Find a slight squeeze of your glutes to protect your lower back. Rather than crunching your neck up, maintain that nice gaze long out in front of you to help maintain that nice long spine. Inhale. Exhale, lower down about halfway. And walk your hands so they're underneath your shoulders. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, stay. Inhale, lift your chest, take your gaze just out in front of you. We find our baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Find that firm press into your toes at the back of your mat. Relax your shoulders back and down. Find that lift from your chest. Inhale. And exhale, we lower down. Inhale, walk your hands just like an inch or two out in front of your shoulders. You stay here for a moment. Inhale. And exhale, press into your palms. Begin to lift your chest up. We take it to a little bit higher of that baby cobra. That squeeze of your glutes. Relax your shoulders back and down. Take it to the height that feels best for you without feeling any pinching or tenderness in your lower back. When you take your gaze a little bit higher, try to maintain that nice long neck. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lower your body back down. Your forehead reaches the mat. Give your tail a little wag. Release any tenderness or tension from your lower back. I'm going to find locust pose and flying locust pose. So first, bring your arms long back behind you. Your forehead is down on the mat. Take a deep inhale. Then exhale. Begin to lift your feet up. Begin to lift your head and chest up. And maybe you lift your fingers up too. Kind of create this little hollow boat with our body. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and down like we did in baby cobra. And squeeze of your glutes. Lift your legs a little bit higher. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release all the way down. Give your tail a little wag. Then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Relax your shoulders back and down. We're going to find our flying locust pose. So you're going to begin to lift your right leg. Lift your forehead up. Your chin can come to the mat or just keep that lift. You're going to begin to bend your left knee. And then your left foot lands on your thigh. Your right foot is nice and long. Your right leg is nice and long. We find that support of our thigh with our left foot. Try to wrap your right hip slightly more down. You'll feel a little bit off balance. This will help with squaring off the hips just a little bit so we're not dumping too much into the left side. With that firm press into your palms, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take another inhale. And exhale, slowly straighten your left leg. Release your right leg down. Maybe you find Makrasana. Give your tail a little wag, a little release of any tension. We'll take that on the other side. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders. Relax your shoulders back and down. Lift your head off the mat. Begin to lift your left leg. Bend your right knee and place your left thigh on your right foot. Your chin can come on the mat. Maybe it's your forehead. Maintain that gaze right down onto the mat in front of you. Wrap that left hip slightly down. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Stay very firm into all points of your contact. Squeeze your left glute to protect your lower back here. Inhale. And exhale, slowly begin to straighten your right leg. Lower your left leg down. You find Makrasana one last time. Give your tail a little wag here. We'll take bow pose, and then I promise we're done on our belly for today. So, kind of like you're finding our locust pose, extend your arms long back behind you, and then grab your right foot with your right hand or your ankle, and then grab your left foot or ankle with your left hand. If your knees splay out to just find your feet, that's fine. Then bring your knees back into that center line. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, begin to kick into your hands. Lift your chest off the mat. We hollow out our body. Send your knees up and back. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades. Stay for one more breath. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down. We're going to press into our palms. Send our hips back. Open your knees wide. You find your extended child's pose here. This should feel really good on the lower back right now. Giving a nice little counter stretch to all the arching that we did. Take another inhale. And exhale. I'm just going to scoot my way a little bit closer onto my mat since I traveled slightly off of it. And a nice gentle rock, maybe of your forehead side to side. Maybe you just find stillness here. And to reactivate your hands here and find those cupcake hands again. Feel that roll back of your shoulders, that activation in your arms. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, plant into your palms. Begin to ripple your spine up. Or that stack of your knees underneath your hips. Slowly begin to walk your hands forward. We mount our chest down. We find puppy pose. Blocks can be underneath your forearms or underneath your forehead. You can also bring your chin towards the mat. You find the depth of this pose that serves you. This definitely is one of those poses that is up to the body practicing. Remember when I first started doing this pose, it was one of my least favorites because I just had such tight shoulders and a lack of shoulder mobility. But now that I've been working on it, I actually enjoy this pose and the depth that it brings me. So you find the spot where it serves you. A deep inhale, deep exhale. On your next inhale, slowly begin to walk your hands back. Find that firm press of all 10 fingers into your mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. We find our downward facing dog. I'm just going to switch sides for the next part of our flow that is coming up, but you just stay where you're at. A little pedal of your feet. Take your dog for a little walk. Bend and straighten one leg. My neighbors are like doing construction on the other side of the building. Very loud through the brick wall, so hopefully you guys do not hear it. And if you do, I apologize. Hopefully it is not annoying. Next inhale, slowly come to stillness. Really send your hips up towards the ceiling. Relax your head in between your biceps. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. And now reach your right leg up. Take your gaze forward. Step your right foot forward. Swivel your back heel down, cartwheel your arms open. We find Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Find your body in space here. Send your right knee just slightly over to the right side. Expand your wings nice and wide. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, we stay. Press into the knife edge of your back foot. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Bend your right arm behind your back and grab your right elbow with your left hand. Find a nice, gentle, exalted warrior here. For this nice stretch of a right arm. Inhale. And exhale, cartwheel your arms back open. We find Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Swing that left arm down and up. Swivel that back heel down. Maybe you need to step it over a bit. We find Virabhadrasana 1 for just a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Interlock your fingers behind your back and punch your knuckles down towards the earth. You find that baby back bend. Inhale. And exhale, send your right elbow, your right shoulder towards the right inside of your right knee. We find humble warrior. Relax your head in space and press the knife edge of your back foot into the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, release your hands, frame your front foot, send your left foot back, drop your back knee, untuck your toes, reach your arms up, find low crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Take your gaze out in front of you and just slightly up. Squeeze your left glute to protect your lower back. Inhale. Exhale, plant your palms to the inside of your foot. Walk your right toes off towards the edge of the right side of your mat. So your foot's at like a 45-degree angle. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. We find our lizard pose. Inhale, find that firm present to all points of contact. And exhale, place your right hand to the inside of your right knee, your thigh, and just gently press it over to the side. And take your gaze just beyond your right shoulder. Maybe your hips drop in space just a little bit. Inhale. And exhale. Plant your palms down. Walk your right toes back to center. We send our right foot back. We find our downward facing dog. You find any gentle movement here, stillness that works for you. I'm just switching sides so you can see the front of me. Inhale, lift your left leg, take your gaze forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Swivel your back heel down, cartwheel your arms open. We find Warrior 2 on the other side. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, bend your left arm, grab your left elbow with your right hand. We exalt our warrior for that nice deep stretch into your left side. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your arms back open. Swing your right arm back and down. Swivel your back heel to the side. We find our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. That firm press into the knife edge of your back foot. Inhale. Exhale, interlock your fingers with the opposite lock, so the side that feels weird. Punch your knuckles down to the earth. Squeeze your right glute. Take a little back bend. And exhale, humble warrior. Send your left shoulder to the inside of your left knee. Relax your head down in space. And a press of your palms together rather than splaying them out to the side. See how that changes the sensation here. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to frame your front foot. Send your right foot back, drop your back knees, untuck your toe. Reach your arms up. We find our low crescent lunge. Squeeze your right glute, relax your shoulders. And press your hips slightly more forward. Inhale. And exhale, bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot off towards the left side. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. We find our lizard pose. And that firm press into all points of contact into the mat. Inhale. Exhale, press your left hand to the inside of your left thigh and just gently send your left leg over towards the left side. We take your gaze beyond your left shoulder. Inhale. And exhale, bring your body back to center. Walk your left foot back to center. Exhale, step your left foot back, downward facing dog. We'll take that once more a little bit quicker, and we'll get to add something. Switching sides. Inhale, lift your right leg, send your gaze forward. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Swivel your back heel down, cartwheel your arms open, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale. Exhale, we stay. Inhale. Inhale, we stay. Inhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Lower your back knee, untuck your toes, reach your arms up. You find our low crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale. Exhale, plant your palms to the inside of your foot. Walk your right foot over to the edge. Lift your back toes, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. We find our lizard pose. We stay here. Maybe you take it down to your forearms, option for those blocks. You stay for one more breath. Inhale, relax your neck. And exhale, we stay. Inhale, press into your palms. Send your right leg up and back. We find our 3-leg dog. Now listen carefully. It's going to be a little bit funky, so you take what you need and you leave what you don't. And first and foremost, just be safe. Bend your right knee, and we're going to find Wild Thing. Send your right toes off the side of your mat. Reach your right arm up, lift your hips up. We find Wild Thing. Now, you can go from Wild Thing into your wheel, or you can come from wheel on the mat. If you're going from Wild Thing, begin to send your right palm back behind you. We find our wheel. Bring your feet a little bit closer. Send your hips a little bit higher. Inhale. Exhale, we stay. Inhale to come out of it. Begin to twist your left fingers towards the right side. And then slowly just reverse out of it. And we meet in downward facing dog. A little bit funky, but we get to try it again on the other side. So inhale, lift your left leg up, take your gaze forward. And exhale, step your left foot forward, swivel your back heel down, cartwheel your arms open. Virabhadrasana. Inhale, reach your arms wide. And exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down. Drop your back knee, untuck your toes, reach your arms up. We find our low crescent lunge. Squeeze your right glute, relax your shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, plant your palms to the inside of your left foot. Wiggle it over to the left side of your mat. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. We find lizard. Option to take it down to your elbows here. Find that firm press into all points of contact on your mat. Relax your neck. Inhale. And exhale, we stay. Inhale, plant into your palms. Send your left leg up and back. We find our 3-leg dog. Option for Wild Thing here. Bend your left knee. Begin to send your left toes off the side of your mat. Reach your left arm up. Press your hips up. Wild Thing. Option to take it into wheel here. We're going to slowly begin to send our gaze back. Send our left hand back. You have to move your hands around a little bit. You want to watch how I did that. I know my words are not maybe explaining that the best, but we find our wheel pose. And if that seems scary or you don't feel safe, please just don't take it and find something that does work for you. Inhale. Exhale, we slowly come out of that just the way we got in. And we meet in downward facing dog. Slowly lower your knees. Open them nice and wide. Bring your big toes to touch. Extend your arms out long in front of you. And we find our extended child's pose. If you want to, bring your hands to prayer. And then send your hands up above your head or towards your upper back. Give your shoulders some nice love and stretch here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, release your hands down. Ripple your body up. We're going to reach our left hand up on our inhale. And exhale, we're going to thread the needle. Option to stay here and extend your right arm long. And extend your right leg long. And find a half bind. Whenever, find whatever works for you here. Just slowly beginning to unwind from the twisty funkiness. Inhale. And exhale, bring your limbs back to center. Press into your right palm, lift your left arm up, inhale. Exhale, tabletop. We take it to the other side. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And exhale, you thread the needle. You find thread the needle. You find the same iteration or maybe a different iteration for this side. Really roll onto your shoulder. Give a nice stretch. Allow your neck to be long. Take your gaze out to the side. Inhale. And exhale. Now reach your left arm up. Bring your limbs back to center. Press into your left hand. Reach your right arm up. Inhale. And exhale. And exhale. We come to tabletop. Bring your knees together. Bring your heels together. And just gently sit on your knees. And turn to face you all. Allow your palms to relax in your lap. Maybe you close your eyes. And a nice gentle roll of your neck one way. And then the other way. Just releasing any tension from our upper body that may be accumulated throughout practice. Next time your chin is at your chest, bring your head back up to center. Bring your hands to prayer, Anjali Mudra. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Thank you everyone for practicing with us here today. The light in me bows to the light in you. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you all again. I hope to see you all again next week. Have a good one.